Haruki Murakami's The Second Bakery Attack, Part 2. That's it? Yep, that's all there was to it. I drank the last of the beer. Now all 6 cans were gone. 6 pull tabs lay in the ashtray like scales from a mermaid. Of course, it wasn't true that nothing had happened as a result of the bakery attack. There were plenty of things that you could have easily put your finger on, but I didn't want to talk about them with her. So, this friend of yours, what's he doing now? I have no idea. Something happened. Some nothing kind of thing, and we stopped hanging around together. I haven't seen him since. I don't know what he's doing. For a while, she didn't speak. She probably sensed that I wasn't telling her the whole truth. But she wasn't ready to press me on it. Still, she said, that's why you two broke up, isn't it? The bakery attack was the direct cause. Maybe so. I guess it was more intense than either of us realized. We talked about the relationship of bread to Wagner for days after that. We kept asking ourselves if we made the right choice. We couldn't decide, of course. If you looked at it sensibly, we did make the right choice. Nobody got hurt. Everybody got what they wanted. The baker. I still can't figure out why he did what he did. But anyway, he succeeded with his Wagner propaganda, and we succeeded in stuffing our faces with bread. But even so, we had this feeling that we had made a terrible mistake, and somehow this mistake had stayed there, unresolved, casting a shadow on our lives. That's why I use the word curse. It's true. It was like a curse. Do you still think you have it? I took the 6 pull tabs from the ashtray and arranged them into an aluminum ring the size of a bracelet. Who knows? I don't know. I bet the world is full of curses. It's hard to tell which curse makes thing go wrong. That's not true. She looks right at me. You can tell if you think about it, and unless you, yourself, personally break the curse, it'll stick with you like a toothache. It'll torture you till you die. And not just you, me, too. You? Well, I'm your best friend now, aren't I? Why do you think we're both so hungry? I never, ever once in my life felt a hunger like this until I married you. Do you think this is abnormal? Your curse is working on me, too. I nodded. Then I broke up the ring of pull tabs and put them back in the ashtray. I don't know if she's right, but I did feel she was onto something. The feeling of starvation was back, stronger than ever, and it was giving me a deep headache. Every twinge of my stomach was being transmitted to the core of my head by a clutch cable, as if my insides were equipped with all kinds of complicated machinery. I took another look at my undersea volcano. The water was clearer than before, much clearer. Unless you look closely, you might not even notice it was there. It felt as if, though, the boat were floating in midair, with absolutely nothing to support it. I could see every little pebble on the bottom. All I had to do was reach out and touch them. We've only been living together like this for 2 weeks, she said. But all this time, I've been feeling the same kind of weird presence. She looked directly into my eyes and brought her hands together on the tabletop, her fingers interlocking. Of course, I didn't know it was a curse until now. This explains everything. You're under a curse. What kind of presence? Like there's this heavy, dusty curtain that hasn't been washed for years, hanging down from the ceiling. Maybe it's not a curse. Maybe it's just me, I said, and smiled. She did not smile. No, it's you, she said. Okay, suppose you're right. Suppose it is a curse. What can I do about it? Attack another bakery. Right now. It's the only way. Now? Yes, now. While you're still hungry. You have to finish what you left unfinished. But it's the middle of the night. Would a bakery be open now? We'll find one. Tokyo's a big city. There must be at least one all-night bakery. We got into my old Corolla and started driving around the streets of Tokyo at 2:30 a.m., looking for a bakery. There we were, me clutching at the steering wheel, she in the navigator's seat, the two of us scanning the street like hungry eagles in search of a prey. Stretched out on the back seat, long and stiff as a dead fish, was a Remington automatic shotgun. Its shells rustled dryly in the pocket of my wife's windbreaker. We had 2 black ski masks in the glove compartment. Why my wife owned a shotgun, I had no idea. Or ski masks. Neither of us have ever skied. But she didn't explain and I didn't ask. Married's life is weird, I felt. Impeccably equipped, we were nevertheless unable to find an all-night bakery. I drove through the empty streets, from Yoyogi to Shinjuku, onto Yoshuya, Akasaka, Aoyama, Hiru, Yoppaponghi, Dayakama, and Shibuya. Late night Tokyo had all kinds of people and shops, but no bakeries. Twice we encountered patrol cars. One was huddled at the side of the road, trying to look inconspicuous. The other slowly overtook us and crept past, finally moving off into the distance. Both times I grew damp under the arms, but my wife's concentration never faltered. She was looking for that bakery. Every time she shifted the angle of her body, the shotgun shells in her pocket rustled like buckwheat husks in an old-fashioned pillow. Let's just forget it, I said. There aren't any bakeries open at this time of night. You gotta plan for this kind of thing, or else... Stop the car! I slammed on the brakes. This is the place, she said. The shops along the street had their shutters rolled down, forming dark, silent walls on either side. A barbershop sign hung in the dark like a twisted, chilling glass eye. There was a bright McDonald's hamburger sign some 200 yards ahead, but nothing else. I don't see any bakery, I said.